Good morning. How is everybody today? I Anybody see my uh, Facebook post yesterday about the praying mantises? Yeah. Hold on. Let's see something. We need to turn down here. Hold on. I'm getting to something. Just give me a minute. What's this one? That's notifications right there, right? Okay. If you didn't see it, I came home yesterday and hold on. Gabe's getting Skywalker's getting baptized this weekend. I'm writing a note real quick. Hold on a minute, buddy. What do you want? Okay, but anyway, I come home yesterday from seeing a house, and I pull up to the mailbox, and I stop to get the mail, and there is two praying mantises. Morning, Riley. There are two praying mantises having sex on my mailbox. So you know I had to catch a picture of it. Almost Forgotten Blizzard of 78. I don't think it was almost forgotten. I'm trying to find it. I don't know how to find my own thing. There it is. Let's see. Here we go. Let me see. I don't know why. There, that's a little better. Yeah. But there were two praying mantises having sex on my mailbox. It's just not something you see every day. And I titled the one before. I said, "My next post is not safe for work. It is sexually explicit." Okay, there we go. But if you haven't seen it, I posted a little video clip of it. See, now we're done with that. Okay. How you doing today, Mr. Royal? I hope you're having a good day. Got plans this weekend? I don't have any. I got to work this weekend. I got uh, two houses I've seen, and I got another one I got to see next week. But I got to try and change the wheel bearings on my car this weekend. I don't have any choices. I think they're bad, and I think I got to change them. I can't be driving around with them. They're making noise, and the best I can tell, it's got to be the wheel bearings. I don't think it can be anything else. So we'll see. It and I was thinking about it. If they're bad and there's some play in that front wheels or whatever, I'm gonna start wearing my tires bad. You know what I mean? I bought them tires, $1,200 worth of tires last spring or last winter, one or two. Good morning, Billy. Good morning, Chrissy. How are you? Hey, Chrissy, did you see where Skywalker is getting baptized this weekend? I seen his post on Facebook. How cool is that? I think it's cool. And, there's a revival going on in this country right now. I honestly believe there is. Uh, I know nationally after the Charlie Kirk thing getting killed, I guess church attendance was way up that Sunday, which is cool. And maybe there's hope for us after all. We'll see. It's kind of like 9/11, though. If this country could ever go back to how it was the weeks after 9/11, we'd be in good shape. Everybody was Americans. We didn't care about anything else. We were all together. And it was probably a once-in-a-lifetime thing for me to see. You know what I mean? The patriotism was unbelievable. Got a small welding job to finish up day. Oh, cool. Very cool. I took welding metal fab in high school just for fun, just because I like to do it. My dad built dune buggies and crap when I was a kid in the garage. And he done all his own welds and stuff. And he done it with an oxyacetylene torch. And he used coat hangers actually for welding rods, believe it or not. And never broke a weld when we, would flip the dune buggy over or whatever. Yep. Definitely fall time. It's awful hot in the afternoons, but the mornings feel so good. Where right now, which is the first time in 20 years, I'm scheduling my inspections in the morning times. Just because it's nice and cool when I got to measure the houses and stuff. Or the one I got in the appraisal I got to do today is a big old house in a little small town, big nice house, man. All original woodwork and stuff like that. I mean, just finding comparables for it's not going to be easy, but man, it sure is a pretty nice place. This will be a short show today. I think Mom's headphones messed up. So when she wakes up, I have to end it so she can turn the TV up. I'm trying to think. Oh man, they're picking the soybeans right now, and it's horrible. You talk about snot running everywhere. Sorry, that's kind of gross for early in the morning, wasn't it? But I come home yesterday, and I was driving up the highway before I turned and come this way to my house, about a mile off the highway, and you could just see them. You can see the dust on my car, like driving through dust, like from them picking the soybeans. I mean, we had no rain, so it's just, everything's dry. So when they're picking it, it's just like a dust storm. What else was I thinking about? I got to Google today. I'm trying to remember. Someone may know. When they were writing the Constitution, okay, someone kept. Hold on. I don't know how that happened. There we go. When they were writing the Constitution, someone kept notes every day about what was, or every time they had a meeting about what they were. Oh, cool, man. 46. Heck yeah. Let's see. I didn't even look what it is here. 56. So we're 10 off of it. But there's a book that has all the information in there. For the life of me, I can't remember what they're called. But it's kind of like, when you have a meeting or something, a government meeting, they keep minutes of the meeting. And it's sort of like that. And I need to find that. Because there should be something in there that I want to talk about, but I got to have it to read it, to talk about it, so to speak. And it was about when they were writing the Constitution. I know Glenn Beck was talking about when they started writing the Constitution. And the founders of this country were extremely smart, man. I mean, they were amazing, actually. When they started writing the Constitution, they all came to the agreement that the final document that they were going to send to the king had to have a 100% agreement. That means every person that signed it had to agree, or else they had to keep making changes until everyone agreed with it. And when it came to the words all men are created equal, the majority of the people who were writing the Constitution said, well, if it is going to say this, then slavery can no longer be legal. We can't have slavery anymore. This was the founding of our country, way back at the beginning. And everyone talks about, how this was a racist country based on race or whatever. Well, it wasn't necessarily. There were two people that held out on that and wouldn't agree to that part of the Constitution. So had they not done that at the founding of this country, they would have outlawed slavery then. But there were two states from the South wouldn't do it. Everyone else, all of the other signers of the Constitution agreed with it. But these two, so they had to remove that part from the Constitution in order to get it to pass at a 100% consensus. And that's the part I want to find is the whatever. I can't, for the life of me, I can't ever remember what this is called, and I got to Google it later. But the Glenn Beck was talking about it. If you've never, his showing stuff to me is boring, but if he does something on history, watch him, man. He's an amazing historian. He has who was it? It was in his office. He was having an interview, and they were looking at some of the stuff he has, and he has one of the original like duplicates of the Constitution that went out to each state or whatever. You know what I mean? He has one of those, the original, and he has a lot of really interesting stuff. But I thought that was interesting. He was talking about it the other day, and I had no idea about it. I knew I had always wondered how they could have slavery and have the term "all men are created equal" in the Constitution. You know what I mean? And now I know that it was actually, there were actually, debates about it. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's kind of one of them things that you would never learn in a history class unless you were maybe going to college. What's the name of the one that's out on the East Coast that I forget the name of this college. They don't take any government funding, and when you're a freshman, one of the required classes as a freshman is the class on the Constitution. Oh crap! I can't remember the name of it. That's horrible. I draw blanks like that all the time. But I'll figure out what the papers are. It's the something papers, I think, is the name of it. I'm almost sure it has papers in the title. Good morning, dog and I. But anyway, and that's a lot of the problem I think with our country is this country was based on a Christian-based country, and Paul Harvey does a good thing, and it was back in the '60s, I think, when he done it. But I think it's entitled "If I Were the Devil," and how he would go about ruining the United States, and it'll blow your mind if you listen to it because it's exactly what's happening today. From the progression from back when he said it to now it's phenomenal that he's seen that, had the foresight to see that. And I've seen a clip where Joe Rogan, someone on the Joe Rogan show told him about it, and they pulled it up and listened to it. But it talked, exactly about where our country's at today, and one of the main things was removing God from the courthouse, the government square, and the schools, and then indoctrinating our children via education. Man, I'd like to go fishing this weekend, but I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe Sunday. I might get to Sunday well, it just depends on. I think I've changed the wheel bearings on a vehicle like this. It's the one that the bearings built into the hub, and you got the 3 bolts in the back that hold the hub to the spindle thing or whatever, and that's the one that's bad, or that's the kind it is. And there's 3 bolts there on the back, and if I remember correctly, one of them's kind of tough to get to. Oh yeah, 100%. I was in Germany for almost 2 years in the service in the '80s, and before Hitler went crazy, the German people. I mean, he had their economy rolling. It was killing. Well, you got to figure he was building this giant war machine. We know now, but at the time they didn't know it. But I mean, except for the fact he went nuts and wanted to annihilate the Jews. Before that ever happened, a decade or so before that, he had their country booming, and they liked him. Yeah, yeah. I don't, I just the removing of Christ from our country is the downfall of this country. I don't remember where I read the article at, but it talked about that this country being based on a godly basis or godly foundation, Christian foundation, that it had enjoyed the protection of God for all those years until they started taking it away and making it, no more 10 commandments in front of a building, and you can't, pray in class or whatever. And, so God gets mad, just like he did with the Jewish people out in the desert. He says, oh, okay, so you guys don't want me no more, then fine, I'll remove my protection from your country. Enjoy yourself. And that's what's happening. Farron's record. No, I don't think so, Rowdy. I'll find it and I'll talk about it Monday. I'll find it by Monday. I think they did drop the rates because I know I hadn't had any refis well, not any, but my appraisals are for the last 2 years have been primarily purchases. Very few refis because the rates were so high. And the last 2 weeks I've done 5 refis. So I think they did lower the rates. I know. Morning, Ashley. I was going to text you a picture yesterday. I may still send it to you. It's from what I posted on Facebook yesterday about the praying mantises. I'll send you the picture. It's hilarious. Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's why I'm getting so many refis right now. And typically, when the rates go down, the bigger homes are the ones that start refinancing. The ones that have like a $3,000 to $700,000 mortgage, because that small bit makes a huge difference in the term of that loan. In fact, the 3 I'm sitting on right now, all 3 of them are refis. Which typically this time of year it starts, well, not yet, but about Thanksgiving it starts slowing down real bad. I mean, and it slows down to a trickle through the holidays, the refis and stuff like that do. And we'll see. Let's see here. Which I don't mind them slowing down in the winter because I hate measuring houses out in the cold. I cannot tell a lie. Where did it go? I'll find it somewhere. I know it's in here. Let's see here. I gotta do it. Okay, there we go. But yeah, it's a good. I mean, I need the money, but man, getting old sucks because it used to be I'd get fired up on a time like this. When the rates dropped and things started rolling real good, because I'd accept every appraisal that came across my email, every one of them. I don't care if I had to work, 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, or whatever, to try and bank all that money. But I just can't. I made that mistake a week or two ago and got myself so far behind. It's like, dude, you can't do that anymore. So right now I got 3 appraisals, hey, morning there, buddy. You get my message on Facebook. I got 3 appraisals, and I won't take any more until I get these done, because otherwise I'll end up, behind again, and I just can't do it. I mean, that's the worst thing on your uh, rating with the lender, is the being late or whatever. Yep. Let's see. Here we go. This is what I found on my mailbox when I came home from seeing houses yesterday. That's a first for me, I will have to say. Never say you've seen everything. Isn't that crazy? And I mean, I'd seen a couple praying mantises, or one not together like that, but I'd seen one on the mailbox earlier this year, and one was in the bush when I was trimming the bushes. Yeah, did you see the spider watching it? Yeah, and unfortunately, the little guy doesn't know that's hitting it. She's going to tear his head off when they're done. He doesn't know that though, so he's enjoying what's happening right now. But yeah, no, it's not going to end well for him. And actually, I was videoing it, and I was going to try and video the whole thing until the end and see if she actually killed him or not. But I mean, I was there for 10 minutes or so. I'm with you, dude. Yeah, exactly. What a way for him to go out. But I mean, I couldn't stay. If I had a tripod or something to put my camera on, I probably could have, but my arm got tired of holding it up. And I look back, I wish I would have, because that would have made for a great video, but I just couldn't. Uh, I couldn't hold the camera up no longer. Because who knows? Heck, they could be there for an hour or so. I don't know how long praying mantises mate. You know. But yeah, at least I mean, you know, kind of broke up the monotony of my day yesterday. I kind of chuckled. Gabriel, man, I'm so proud of your brother getting baptized. That's awesome. So awesome. And is your wife getting baptized? Or is she already baptized? I got to talk to my pastor about baptism. Uh, I was baptized, but it was long, 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 long time ago. And I don't know the guidelines, I guess, for lack of a better word, because I definitely lived out in the world for a very long time, after that, between then and now. So I don't know. It Baptism's a really important thing in the Christian faith, and it shouldn't be taken lightly. You know, I'm trying to remember if I can't remember the book and verses where Jesus is talking to the disciples about it. One of my favorite people in the New Testament is John the Baptist. I mean, I don't know why it is, but I just think John the Baptist would have been cool to hang out with. He was definitely a zealot and fired up for the Lord. But yeah, I think and Paul maybe would be cool to hang out with. I don't know what the rest of the day holds for me. Which one is this one? Oh, that's the one yesterday. The lady did make at this house I seen yesterday made homemade dog treats, and she gave me a little bag of them for my dogs, and they loved them. But the little bag's like $6, man. So it's not like I'm going to go back and buy a bunch of them or nothing. But my dogs loved them. It may be because they're the bacon bits flavor. With that little bag right there, there's probably, I'd say 6 or 8 out of it already. There's more in there than it looks actually once I got it at home. But the way my mom feeds the dog treats, I'd go broke trying to. Is it Revelations? I was thinking of something about. Not the Sermon on the Mount, but something in the New Testaments or the before Jesus was crucified part, I guess. I don't know. But we're going to look that up real quick. You know, believe it or not, I've not read Revelations yet. And I'm saving that until I know that I'm versed enough in it. You know what I mean? I'm getting better. Here's a nice one I've got highlighted in James 5. Therefore, confess your sins to one another and pray for one another so that you may be healed. A prayer of a righteous person, when it is brought about, can accomplish much. Very good. I like it. But I've been reading Psalms this week, trying to. Let's see, 2 to 5. Okay. Well, I can tell you what, evidently I have read it because look at my Revelations 2 to 2:5. It's all highlighted and marked up and written in the side over here. I have to find out. I have no idea when I done all that. Let's see. Interesting. I actually have them highlighted, Chrissy. I have 4, 5, all the way to 7 highlighted, and then I have something written. Hate the deeds of the Nicolaitans. I actually had to look that word up. Nicolaitans, and it's a group of the one who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says of the churches. To the ones who overcome, I will grant to eat from the tree of life, which is in the paradise of God. Awesome. Okay, yep, I have that. I think the someone did a study on that or something, how I got that all highlighted up like that. Because I know I've not read the whole book of Revelations. Oh, whoa, okay. I see what you're saying. All right. Yeah, I'll read it today when I'm done. Yeah, okay. I'm with you now, Chrissy. But if you've never learned about Christ or anything, like I had a friend of mine say, I don't believe in all that stuff. And I said, have you read it? He said, no, I haven't read it. I don't believe in it. I said, well, how do you know you don't believe in it if you haven't read it? You know what I mean? It's like saying, I don't know, you can't not believe in something that you know absolutely nothing about. And that's usually one of my arguments with people who talk like that. It's like, well, you know what? How do you know? You know, it's a really closed mind to say I don't believe in all that stuff. Well, if you haven't read it, you don't know if you believe in it or not because you don't have any idea what it says. Granted, you've probably heard bits and pieces here and there, but you haven't consumed it as a whole. And I think a lot of people, if they would do that, would see things a lot different. Thank you, brother. You didn't have to do that, but I love you for that. Thank you. So that might help you sometime if you're talking to people and they tell you they don't believe in that stuff. Ask them if they've read it, and if they haven't, explain it to them. Well, how can you? It's like saying I don't like prime rib. Have you ever had it? Nope. How do you know you don't like it if you've never had it? It's the same thing. You know, and a lot of people, you know, and I used to think this way. I was guilty of it. Well, I'll go to heaven. I'm a good person, and I do good things, and I try not to do bad things. And if I do, I feel bad and try to seek forgiveness or whatever. Well, yeah, that's all good and well, but that's not what the book says. So that's usually one of my things. They're like, oh, I don't believe in all that stuff. I'm like, well, how do you know? You haven't read it yet. Now do me a favor, read it, and if you still don't believe, that's fine. You know, evidently it's not for you. But if you read it, and I do believe if you read it, you'll probably change your opinion. A lot of people do. Exactly. Yeah. You're blending it to suit your narrative. I agree. And like I said, I was guilty of it before I knew better, and I should have known better because my grandpa, he was a Baptist minister and stuff. It's not like I hadn't heard some of it, but I had never actually read it for myself. It's like Psalms. I'd never read the whole thing of Psalms, and that's what I'm trying to do now. Uh, Unfortunately, with the way my brain's messed up and stuff, sometimes I'll read two Psalms chapters, but the next day when I go to read the next one, I have to go back and read a little bit of the other one because I just don't remember it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I'm with you, Gabe. And once and the other thing is a lot of churches and people have different opinions of the Chosen series. And anyone who criticizes that is a fool, and I'll tell you why. My introduction to Jesus Christ was the movie Jesus Christ Superstar at the theater in the 70s. My mom took us to see it. It was a rock opera. And that movie was berated and panned by the churches. I mean, they wanted to protest it so much. You know what? But I never forgot it after I seen it as a kid. In fact, at one time I had the soundtrack to it and knew all the words. And sometimes I don't think it matters how the message or the seed was sown as long as it was sown, right? So regardless of what a church leader or someone says, if you have someone who's not a Christian and doesn't know nothing about Jesus, tell them to watch The Chosen. Okay. Now, granted, it may not follow doctrine the way your church does or whatever. Who cares? It introduces someone to Jesus one way or the other. And actually I was on a chat one time and a preacher was panning The Chosen, saying, no, that's not a good way to be introduced to Jesus Christ. It doesn't follow, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, really? And I told him the story about the movie Jesus Christ Superstar. To this day, I never forgot that movie. I don't know how many times I've seen it. And it was my introduction to Jesus. Yeah, me too, Chris. I watched the first 4 seasons, I think, and I thought it was awesome. I mean, It's a really good way to introduce someone to Jesus. Oh, sure he has. Yeah, Gabe, 100%. Yeah. You know what I always like to say is, when the rapture happens, I wonder how many pulpits will still have preachers standing at them. And probably more than we think. But yeah, if it's a good way to introduce people, man. And I know I probably don't build a good crowd of people watching my show, but I don't really care. It's a good topic that we're talking about right now. And it has a lot to do with what's happening in the world today. I mean, when you murder a guy just because he wants to sit down and talk with you about stuff, our country's in a lot of trouble. I mean, if you can't sit down and have a civil debate with people, and he did. I mean, and a lot of people got mad because he was so intelligent that the points they would bring up, he would counter and show them they were wrong. And that's where a lot of people got mad, is because he could actually prove to them with logic and knowledge of what they were saying was wrong. Yeah, we are in a battle against pure evil right now. I believe that 100% in my soul, man. There are people in DC who are DC, the media, the news, everything, who are evil and controlled by an evil guidance to destroy people like us. Oh yeah, I know. She said she's got all his notes and everything. Yeah, I read about that. That's awesome. But still, man, it's just, I didn't watch him religiously, but I watched him a lot. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of his campus discussions. And the day I heard that, I was gutted, man. I was like, of all the people right now today that we didn't need to lose, he's the one, in my opinion, because he was reaching young people. I just was like, just like stomach sunk, because all I could think of is, man, that guy was a voice to young people. He was doing good stuff. Yeah, that's cool. If you've never watched him, man, I'm telling you, he's good to watch, because for one, he would get a little fired up sometime, but he wouldn't get mad. He would just get excited and prove his point to someone. And for such a young guy who didn't go to college, I'm telling you, man, so freaking intelligent. Humbles me. I'm 60. That guy's 100,000 times smarter than I'll ever be. What's up, dude?
What's going on, Buggy?
Yeah, another day in my paradise, man. Waiting on the sun to come up. Been up all night?
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course. Always.
It's not healthy, man. You got to get sleep. I've been sleeping good. I've been working on my depression and stuff, and the stuff I'm doing is working real well. I can see a huge difference right now. And
yeah, that's good. That's good that it's you gotta meet it head on and deal with it. A lot of people avoid it, they run from it, and it just gets worse, man.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about it sometime, not in a public forum like this.
No, I get that.
What I've done. It's amazing. My mom is flat out amazed, because I'm a lot of the old me is starting to come through prior to all the, starting from the time of my divorce through my brother dying and everything. I haven't been the same guy forever.
Yeah, I hear that, man. I hear that. I haven't seen the Chosen series, but I watched the I love the Robinsons, and they're always talking how they love that show.
Dude, it's free.
Yeah.
Watch at least the first one. That's all I ever tell someone. Watch the first one, and you'll see. Hey, Ernie, what's up, brother? Because I heard about it. I didn't have any idea what it was. I just knew, it's another story of Jesus. Yeah, I've seen a million of them. No, it's, hi, buddy.
Schroeder, he saw the camera. He said, I got to make my parents, Buggy.
Yep, I got a new cat. She's turned out to be pretty cool, actually. But yeah, man, this winter time's a good time to sit back and say, you know what? Every Sunday evening, I'm going to sit down with my wife and watch this. Because once you start that first episode, you'll catch yourself watching the whole first season.
Oh, dude, I do that so much with so many shows.
Uh-huh. That's why I love that aspect of being able to watch stuff where you can just binge it. You know, because there's no way I can't do and next week no, I can't. I got no patience. I can't wait till next week.
You remember the good old days where we used to have to? We used to have to wait. Remember that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I think it's so cool now, because I can binge watch. You know, that's what I done with The Chosen, and then my son turned me on to The Office, the TV series The Office.
Oh yeah, The Office.
I binge watched the whole thing.
Yeah, dude, I was watching it when it was out, so I had till the next week, but because I worked in an office at the time, so
yeah,
it was hilarious.
Yep. After the original guy, I forget his name, that was the office manager. After he was gone, I was kind of like, oh man, but I still watched it. It was good, but if he had stayed, it would have been. What's that?
They have a spinoff coming out. You know, Oscar. Yeah.
Yep, I've seen that.
Landman, I can't wait for that next month. Land season 2. You seen the first?
What is it?
Landman with Billy Bob Thornton on Paramount Plus.
You know what? I seen a thing about that yesterday. Since you mentioned that, I had never heard of it.
That is the best show of 2024, 2025, hands down, dude.
I heard it was good. I heard it was better than the Kevin Costner one.
It's Taylor Sheridan, the guy who wrote Yellowstone. He wrote this one too. It's just, dude, the storytelling, that Billy Bob Thornton playing. It's basically, you remember that movie Bad Santa?
Yeah.
That's the same character. He's playing the same character in Bad Santa as he is in this show. So he's hilarious, but just the storytelling and the actors and dude, you gotta see it. If you got Paramount Plus, dude, you gotta check it out.
Chrissy, watch it on your phone, honey. That's what I watched it on my phone. And that, because I'm like you, I can't sit down and watch TV somewhere, but I can watch it on my phone. I watch stuff on my phone more than I do anything anymore. I mean, I don't even watch motocross on TV no more. I watch it on my computer. In fact, this weekend is the Motocross of Nations. It's here in Indiana, but I'm not going. I'll watch it. It's the Olympics of motocross racing. Each team sends 3 riders, and each rider races 2 different motos, and they combine the scores. Low score wins. It's been going on for, God, I don't know how many years, since probably the 40s or 50s, maybe before that. And it's actually in Crawfordsville this year. And all my buddies like, man, dude, I can't believe you're not going. I'm like, nope, I've seen the one up in Redbud. That's the only one I wanted to see. That and this place over there. I mean, there will be thousands and thousands and thousands of people there. Yeah. Well, shoot. I don't know what to do now. I never figured she'd get up this early because her headphones messed up. I wonder if I put my headphones on, if it'll block out the noise from the TV. I could try it, couldn't I?
You can try it.
Yeah.
Why not?
These have a speaker in them or not.
What's up, Ernie Brown? I can just now see in the chat, so.
Yeah, they have to. Let's see what I can do here. Because if this don't work, I'll have to just end it.
It ain't too bad. The background noise.
Okay. Come on. Oh, I got to turn them on. It is not easy being me. No. Hello, say something.
Testing.
So I can hear you.
Testing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, better turn that down a little bit. Is that better as far as the background noise goes?
I'd say it's better.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a little better.
Oh shit, that's a bummer.
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, you can still hear
Yeah,
you really fine over the background noise. So
yeah. I just worried about getting a. I mean, it's Adam 12. I don't suppose it's going to be anybody uh, giving you,
cop-
what do you call those?
copyright strikes.
Yeah, yeah. That's what the word I was trying to think of. Copyright. Yeah. So I don't know. What about you, Chrissy? Is it real? Can you hear it real bad? I don't suppose it really matters. There's only 7 people in here anyway. I may end up having to shut it down. Well, her headphones, there's something wrong with them. They won't charge. So I got to, in fact, I was going to look them up yesterday afternoon, but I got busy. I had to run to the store. We made some ham and beans. Well, actually, some beans, but instead of ham, I had some uh, beef stew bone stuff that I used. So tonight I'm having
Oh, you can't go
beans,
wrong.
cornbread, and green onions. Yeah.
You put bacon in your cornbread?
No, but that sounds pretty
Right.
good. I just make the Jiffy stuff in the little box. You know what I mean?
Oh, that don't matter. But you add little pieces of bacon in there. Maybe some little
Uh,
jalapeno. Oh man,
yeah, no, I can't do jalapenos, but I'd love to because mom can't eat that stuff. But yeah, I'm with you. I would do that in a heartbeat. I love green onions with my beans though.
I just love green onions. Period. On baked potatoes,
Yeah, put
everything.
the yeah Jiffy Uncle Lou. That's it. Hey, Uncle Lou, how loud's that in the background?
It's not
No,
bad.
I I'm gonna make the cornbread this afternoon, so I haven't had it. And then I got to thinking, man, it's getting close to chili time. It's that first frost comes, man. I'm making me a pot of chili.
Beans or no beans?
Oh, you gotta have beans in chili. I don't even want to have that discussion. It is loud. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
You gotta have beans, in my opinion. A lot of people say no beans, but
Oh,
I
you
don't know.
got it. It's not even chili without beans. Oh, yeah, that's not even. I don't even. I couldn't even. I don't even know how you could have chili without beans in it. I don't get it. I love even my chili, but my beans and cornbread. I put the cornbread in a bowl, put the beans over it, and oh, okay, Uncle Lou.
What's up, Uncle Lou?
Cornbread in the bowl on the bottom, beans on top of that, then the onions on top of that. Now I know some people I know put mustard on it. I've never done it, but
So you throw some cheese in there, some bacon, and your mama can't have pep, but that's all right. Just do the cheese and the bacon.
yeah, 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 I'm with you, dog. And I had never heard of chili without beans until YouTube people talked about it. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about?
I think that's
You know what I
Texas.
mean?
In
Well, Texas
Texas,
is
they don't
wrong.
put beans in.
Texas is right on a lot of stuff, or they're wrong on chili. And I'll tell them to their face. I don't care
Mm.
what they say.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Charlie Kirk. He would go to these little churches. They weren't mega churches at all. These were, little ones. He was doing sermons.
Oh yeah, I have to look those
Yeah,
up.
you have to check them
See
out
that?
on YouTube. They're all over the place.
Oh,
But
I will. Yeah,
you like Phil Robinson, like he speaks it normal, normal to you, not like just
yeah,
quoting
yeah,
scripture, blah blah
yeah.
blah.
That's how
And he
my preacher is. He's country. I like my preacher. That's why I like him.
and he said the one thing that got me. He says there's three things like grace, forgiveness, and stuff like that. And he says it's basically this simple.
Yeah.
When you die, everybody's gonna die, all of us. When we go up there, we're all gonna be judged. They're gonna lay out your rap sheet right in front of you, in front of God. And just before, because we're all not worthy, right? We're all
Oh
sinners.
man, we're
We've broken
filthy
the commandment. You know what I
compared
mean?
to God. Yeah, we're filthy. We couldn't even be. God couldn't even be close to us as a human.
Mm-mm. God would not let any of us in. But right before he strikes down the gavel and condemns us Jesus comes in and says, "You know what? Put that on my tab. I'll serve the. I'll serve that."
Yeah, basically. You know, the thing I try to explain to people, you don't think about Judgment Day. If you read the Bible, when you ask God to forgive your sins, okay, he tells you, I'll forgive them and I'll forget them. I don't even know them anymore. So when
Yeah.
you go there as a forgave Christian, believer in Jesus Christ, your book's clean because every sin you ever did that you asked him to forgive you for, it had been erased, and he doesn't. To him, it never even existed anymore. That's what a lot of people don't realize. That's
Exactly.
why it's so important to believe in Jesus and ask him to forgive you for what you've done. Because when we're born as a baby, we're born from sinning people.
Yep. Original sin.
Hey, morning, DHA. Yeah, he is, man. Yeah, but I'm going to look up some Charlie Kirk stuff. That'd be good to listen to while I'm working.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
just
good.
had,
They're like 20
yeah,
minutes. They're not forever. You know what I mean? Because we'll go to a church and do a 8 a.m. service, 10 a.m.
yeah. Well,
service, 12,
see,
30.
is it just me or all the video clips in the 25 to 35 minute range now? I want mine an hour and a half, 2 hours. just me. But I have a lot of time when I'm sitting there working. You know what I mean? So I just click it on
Yeah.
and let it roll. That's the best thing about the play next or whatever. I'll make a whole list of play next and then turn it on. It just goes. See, with Charlie Kirk, I've only seen the college stuff. I haven't seen him anywhere else.
Yeah, he was pretty good. He was pretty good. Something.
Oh, goodness. As much as I hate it, we need some rain. It is so perfect right now. It's too dry. If I was still racing dirt bikes, I would hate this fall because it's going to be all dust races. But if we get a little rain, it seems to me like, man, them soybeans, some of them, it seems to me like they turned overnight. It's like I drove by a field yesterday and it was green, and I drove by today and had already turned to gold.
Really?
Yeah, I love fall time in Indiana. The soybeans turn, and if you get it at the right angle when the sun's going down over top of a soybean field, it's really beautiful.
You don't believe it, but it's been raining here since Sunday. I've never seen rain here in September, dude, ever in 48 years.
DHA, my dad's the same way. He died on the operating table. He told me when he was young, and that's why he said he wasn't afraid to die because he knew where he was going. He'd seen some stuff too. He said, and my dad wasn't a Christian guy. I mean, but he knew. He was. I think he was young. I think he was still a teenager because his dad died when he was 14, so he had to quit school to work for his mom and his brother. And I guess his mom, my grandma, I guess she freaked out when her husband died. He worked for the power company, got electrocuted to death.
Jeez.
Yeah, he was working on lights, stadium lights, doing
Yeah.
something on the stadium lights or something. And you know how you go to the panel box, you open it up, you turn the breaker down, and you put a tag on it or whatever. Well, evidently someone didn't see the tag. It turned the breaker on while he was doing it. They told me so much current went through him, it melted the coins in his pocket.
Well, hopefully you didn't feel it. Hopefully.
Yeah. He was a drinking man. Dad told me, so he drank a lot. But so
Yeah,
my
but
dad back,
everybody did back then, dude.
yeah. And my dad back then, he pretty much worked, and the same crane company he retired from, he went to work for when he was 15 as a tool boy, cleaning the tools and cleaning the shop and stuff. Old man Foster hooked him up because he knew he needed some work. But he told me, he said he remembered when it happened. He looked at him and said, "No, I have to go back because I got to take care of my mom and my brother." And he said that next thing you know, he woke up.
Yeah.
So that's why I never worried about him when he was going to pass and stuff. I knew it was good. And I don't worry about me. That's the other part. And so you don't want to say it to someone when somebody dies, but even God tells us we should rejoice when someone dies if they're a Christian. And they're going to go to heaven. So if you're a true Christian believer and they're a Christian, you should, even though us in the flesh are going to miss this person, right? And we're going to be sad because we won't see him again or anything. But if you care about them as you truly love them, it's like, heck yeah, man. I'm so glad you're in heaven. Chrissy, what's wrong? I haven't been around for a week or so. What's wrong? Yeah.
Go ahead, Bill.
Now something happened to Chrissy.
What?
I didn't hear nothing about it in the Bible study, Chrissy, or I missed it. One of the two.
Yeah,
exactly.
The thing I work on is forgiveness. That's
Yeah.
one more like Peter, man. I'm just like Peter was. That's me.
That's the hardest one for me. You know what I mean? Because of the things that have happened in my life. There's some, and I think I've done okay forgiving the people, like the guy who had the affair with my wife, for instance, or my wife herself, where I didn't hate my wife anyway after all that. Stuff happens. We couldn't no longer be married, but stuff happens. And as a person, I'm still friends with her, If she were to call me and say, hey, my car's broke down out on Highway 3 or whatever, can you come help me? Yeah, sure, man, not a problem. Pulled a muscle in my neck and shoulder. I've been dealing with it since Monday. Yesterday it locked. Oh, you're kidding me, Chrissy.
Get that checked out.
Oh, man. Oh, she did. They gave her a couple shots. What kind of shots were they, like in the muscle area itself or something like that? Ooh.
What's up, Mr. Flathead?
Hey, Mark. Morning, buddy.
Yeah, they tried that with me and Chrissy. I put it off, and then that's how I ended up getting this major neck surgery. So if you can get it treated, that's
well, that pulled muscle, especially in that neck area where you can't turn your head left or right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I sleep wrong and that happens to me and I can't move my neck.
Well, before my surgery, I would wake up screaming in pain, and I couldn't. My wife woke up and she had to move my head because I couldn't move it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The human body's amazing. The stuff we put it through.
I know.
Except the knees. So it was a pull and not a tear. Yeah. Yep. A tear would take ever to heal. So did the shots help, Chrissy? Is that why you said I had to scroll back up? Help some. At least I can move some and not. Okay. There we go. It's amazing they gave you shots.
Yeah, that's the only thing that ever helped me with pain was the stuff they gave me in the hospital. Like when I woke up from surgery, they kept pumping me. I woke up in a lot of pain, and she just kept hitting the button. How about now? And then I was like, okay, but I was,
Okay. Yep. That'll do it.
The counter stuff that don't even make a dent in it.
No. When I was a kid, you went to the doctor. And if you were sick or whatever, what happened? They gave you a shot. You never got a prescription. You got a shot. And there just ain't no money in giving shots. So, we'll start making pills. And I get so angry sometimes. The doctor that's helping me with my depression, this guy's pretty straight up. And he hates the medical industry and what it's become.
I'll be very, very careful with those antidepressants, Buggy. I've been on one.
Yeah, no, I've been on them for 30 years, man. You're preaching to the choir.
I can
No,
never
I
get
ain't
off.
messing with them.
I
I'm not
can't.
messing with those.
I tried to wing myself off of it, and it was not pretty. So it literally reprograms like your brain,
Yep.
and so you can never get off of it. So it's evil, man. So
Yeah,
just
it
be
is.
careful what you
Well,
take.
get a hold of me, Gabe. I'll tell you about this doctor. All right, because I'm
Yeah.
in 30 years, I've never had anything help with my anxiety or depression. I mean, the antidepressants do okay, but in my opinion, they make you numb to the world, sort of. And the stuff we're working with right now is amazing. I mean, it's I go into anything as the world's biggest skeptic. You know what I mean?
Well,
You
as
know
you
that
should.
I'm from Missouri. You're going to have to show me kind of stuff.
Yeah. But I try to get myself off of it and slowly wean myself off of it.
Yeah,
And 2 weeks went by. I felt better. I was losing weight too because it makes you gain weight. And then I was just snapping, which I would. And then I was like emotional. I'm like, who is this guy? I wasn't me
yeah,
at all.
yeah.
So I had to go back on. So I went back on the lowest dose possible.
Yeah, we're talking about antidepressants, not benzos. And I can't take benzos. I would be asleep 24 hours a day if I tried those. I've had
Yeah,
them. In
stupid.
fact, in fact, I have it put in my charge at the VA. Do not give me those at all because because I'm bad about it. I don't read the stuff. They give it to me. I just take it, and I done that one time, and it was just benzos, and I took it. And the next thing I know, I'm sleeping 14, 16 hours a day, and I'm not getting any work done, which I can't do.
And I was talking about Zoloft, Dog Andy Outdoors.
Yeah.
Don't ever take that stuff.
I don't look like I'm enjoying that cigarette. Well, I am, believe me. That's just how I am, man. You're being way too observant, dude. Back off. But I noticed a slight difference myself. But mom's like, she says, I don't know what you're doing, but don't stop. She said, you're getting back to the old you from years and years back before I was married, even. Yeah. Well, I'm more motivated about getting work done too, because used to be like this appraisal I got right here is due on the 9th. Okay. Well, typically I would wait until the 8th to get it done. And now I'm going to be like, heck, I'll just do that today instead. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's how it used to be. It used to be I would go see houses on Monday and Tuesdays. I'd see about 6 of them, and then I'd spend the next 3 days working on appraisals. Nice. It's orange. Cool. Mine would have to be blue. I like blue for some reason.
Blue is my
I like.
favorite color.
I had a blue. The one of the Yamahas I had one time. The frame was kind of a metal flake type blue, and it's this color has always been my favorite color. If
Oh yeah.
I ever bought an old truck and I redone it, that's the blue it would be.
You saw my Mustang, dude. That's blue. That's
Yep.
my favorite color.
Yep. I mean, I'm even thinking about going dirt bike riding, which is mind boggling because I have, after my drug addiction robbed me of the enjoyment of dirt bike racing. I mean, literally took the enjoyment out of it. Hey, morning, John. And the last, I think, 2 seasons that I raced, I was just going through the motions. And I mean, I was thinking, man, I can get that dirt bike, take the carburetor apart and get it cleaned out, get it ready, get it going. In fact, the National Enduro is this weekend up over here by me that my family's rode that Enduro since the 60s. And I haven't rode it in, I don't know, last 6 or 7 years probably. But I'm glad I don't ride right now because it's going to be a dust bowl this year. where you're
Sure.
going down
Dude,
the trail and it's like a foot deep of powder dust. You know what I'm talking about? It's like talcum powder. You can't see the roots and rocks underneath it and stuff. It sucks. That and it's hard on the motor. You got to stop halfway through and change your air filter.
I can't even casually ride horses anymore because of my lower back and my neck. Like I can never do it again, let alone go dirt biking. You're in great shape.
You know, man, I am so blessed to have never had back problems. My brother, that's what got him hooked on pain medication. He was sitting still at railroad tracks on his Harley with a girl on the back at night. The arms come up, the crossing arms come up. They were out on a highway in the dark, and there was a guy coming down the highway behind him, seen the crossing arms go up, didn't see them, and just accelerated and hit them running about 60 mile an hour, and they were sitting still. Killed the girl on the back and messed his back up for life. And then naturally the pain medication stuff happened. And then when the pain medication started getting the bad rap and everything, the doctors was cutting people off and everything. That's what happened to him. And he ended up cutting up a piece of a fentanyl patch, chewing it up. Which
Yeah,
he was doing it to get high. Don't get me wrong. I mean, but
yeah, that's
I
what
mean,
they gave me. I get it, like the feeling of fentanyl. Like I felt good, but
his whole
oxycodone
introduction.
stuff has never ever helped me with pain. Never. It doesn't work.
Nope.
Makes you feel high, and then that
Yeah,
it does.
exactly. Yeah. The Shackler family who developed the OxyContin knew what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
They made a highly addictive product and sold it as not that addictive and
Well,
killed
I'm proud
millions of people.
I still got like what? I still have a full prescription bottle full of it that they gave me that I didn't take it. I felt like I didn't need it anymore, so I didn't take it anymore after my surgery. So and it's still up there.
You know, it's funny when I had my first ACL surgery, that was my introduction to opioids. And it was like 2 or 3 days after my surgery, I was taking them and I couldn't sleep at night and I was itching. And I told my wife, go throw those damn things away. I ain't taking them no more. And it was probably 10 years before I ever took another one. And then that's when the whole downhill slide started. But my original introduction to them, I hated them.
And then you found marijuana.
Oh, I found it when I was a teenager. Are you kidding me? Yeah, no, I found that. I was self-medicating with that when I was not even smart enough to know what I was doing. $5,000 for a wheelchair. You're right. You're 100% right. It shouldn't cost that much.
No way.
I mean, you can build a carbon fiber bicycle for that. I'm into carbon fiber. Yeah, come for itching from opioids. Yeah. Well,
For that amount of money, Mark can actually buy a rod where he can actually catch fish for once.
yeah, we're talking about double hook. I don't know, man. Our medical industry. Hey, morning, Eric. How are you, buddy? Our medical industry is so messed up in this country, man. Actually, it's evil. Most of it is, anyway. Especially the pharmaceutical side of it, in my opinion, is total evil.
Yeah, dude, it's almost, if we weren't in Revelation now, I'd say the mark of the beast was the vax. All these people dropping dead, and you and I were saying it from the beginning. It was going to happen.
Yeah,
and they did it on purpose.
You know, it's like I was appraising a house one time, and it was this new design this company came up with. They were building these bi-level homes, and where the foundation would usually be cinder block or whatever, they were using wood. And the guy tried to tell me that, well, we have a lifetime guarantee on it. I said, really? I said, how old the oldest house your company has right now? Oh, about 10 years. I said, lifetime, huh? I said, there's no way you put wood below grade that doesn't fall apart. There's no way. And about 10 years later, I get a foreclosure appraisal, and it's the same neighborhood. And when I go in doing the inspection on the foreclosure, the wall on the lower level, which was it was halfway below grade, basically, tri-level house, and the wall was buckling in. I was like, man, I knew. Me and this guy argued over it repeatedly. Well, when I done the appraisal on that, if you didn't know about the type of foundation that it had, you would compare it against other houses, right? Well, you had to compare that house with houses that were like it in that neighborhood or another one like it because it had a different construction style. And I do the appraisal, and the reviewer comes back and says, why didn't you use the houses that sold sooner across the street or whatever? And I tried to explain to him, you don't understand. The houses in this neighborhood are built different than any other houses around them. I guarantee it because I know for a fact they are. You have to compare. And he said, I was talking to him on the phone by then because I was mad at him and told him, just call me so you'll understand what I'm trying to tell you. And when I explained to him, he understood. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Now, you mean to tell me every house in that neighborhood, the foundation is wood below grade, not even it's poured like concrete at the bottom, the wood setting on the concrete. I'm like, yep, guarantee it is. But, and it's the same thing. It's a lifetime guarantee. Well, how long you been building them? Or like the opioids, for instance, they don't know the long-term effect of those on your brain. I mean, we're probably getting now about to the stage where we do. It's been long enough, but I'm pretty sure they have a dramatic effect on the human brain that they just don't even know about yet or haven't diagnosed much. Because I know it messed my brain up. My brain had never been the same.
They're supposed to test these things 5 years of test trials before they release anything.
Well, what about and they give the vaccine for COVID. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you guys push this through here. The whole thing is follow the money. How much money was made by the pharmaceutical company? Because every person who got a shot, the government paid that pharmaceutical company for that shot.
Billions. And you got mayors saying you'll get a free Happy Meal if you get it. And I'm just like, oh gosh, no way. No way. Not doing it.
I just wonder what happened to people in the last 30 years.
They're so willing to give away.
You're right. Well, and people are stupid. I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever tried to have someone say age 30 and down explain something to you? Verbally, not written, but verbally they can't. They do not have the ability to conversate. And I don't know, it's something to do with common sense or something, but it's crazy. You're right, dog. And it dumbing down of the human race.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of chuckle about it, but I think with guys, a lot of it, they done away with shop class in high school. Because you learned a lot of common sense in shop class.
They don't have shop class no more?
They didn't in the schools that I've seen in the last 10, 15, 20 years, probably. No, they've replaced them all with computer labs and crap.
Oh, that's a dang shame, man.
Yeah, well, they may be coming back now because, man, if you got a young kid who has average grades that, he could probably go to college, but he's just going to end up with a degree and a whole bunch of debt, tell him to get a hold of the skilled trade union. Carpenter, electrician, plumber, unions. They will train you and you will work while they're doing it. You'll make more money while you're getting trained than you will the first 3 years out of college. Easy.
College is the biggest scam that has ever been put on this country. And that's what Charlie was proving.
My grandpa was a plumber.
That's all they're doing. They're turning these kids into Marxists.
You're right, dog. My people got more done. My grandpa was a plumber, and what he told and he's the plain fact of life is everyone goes to the bathroom, and they always will. So I will always have a job, no matter what happens in the world. I'll always have a job as a plumber.
People are gonna need
Same as an
toilets.
electrician.
Yeah, I saw that, Mark. I saw what you said there.
Oh, that's cool, John. I made an ashtray out of spun aluminum, which I thought was in junior high school. I thought it was cool. Had that flat plate of aluminum, and you put it in the lathe thing, and you used a stick and went around and molded it around the thing. And then, like I said, I took welding and metal fab in high school just because it was cool and I liked it. And I got to leave the school at noon and drive over to the career center. That's what I was thinking of.
Is that true, Mark? Mark was saying that he took like a pottery type of class back in the day. Like in that movie
Yeah.
Ghost, where spinning it on the thing.
Yeah, we had that in my high school too. Yeah.
But he said it reminded him of him and Catfish Dave, because Catfish Dave was there helping him. And things kind of, sideways.
I just want to know who was sitting in front and who was sitting behind. And stuff like that you don't see no more, like the gun rack your dad made and stuff like that. You don't see that stuff anymore. And there's a lot of common sense was learned in that environment. But then again, when the manufacturing industries were sold out during NAFTA and stuff, a lot of those classes weren't necessary anymore. It used to be you'd take classes like that. You get out of high school, you'd go to work at the factory. Well, you would here anyway.
Hold on a sec, Buggy. I gotta take the dog out and put him in this.
Hey, dog and they are like school children, but man, dude, they're starting to get organized based on the backing from Soros and them money wise. They're actually starting to train and things like that. But in the whole, they're like children and they're stupid, and you could take them out easily, And you're starting to see people stand up and knock them out and you get out of here. I don't care who you guys think you are. Has to change his diaper. Chris, especially the public school system for elementary school and stuff like that. Hey, good morning, River Champ. How are you? How's your leg doing, man? It's got to be sore. I don't know what's going to happen to the world, to be honest with you. The bait tank. Is that Yak Shore? Is that his new name or something? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. The skilled trades are going to be gone if we're not careful. I mean, like around here, there were always, tons of machine shops and stuff like that you could go to and learn a trade. Oh, okay. Hey, Yak, how are you? I didn't know that. I haven't this summer. I haven't been around a lot. Like my show, for instance, I'm probably going to go back to 4 days a week in the wintertime because things get slow. But in the summertime, I just can't do it every morning. We're like today, I'll be ending this at 8:00 today because I got work I got to get done. But I knew if I didn't do it that I'd be getting texts from certain people asking me why it wasn't live. Oh yeah, Michael. I've watched his podcast and stuff too. Yeah, he's awesome. Yep. And Mike Rowe gets it. I mean, he understands. He gets it. That and that's the part I tried to explain to people. There may be jobs you work with your hands and stuff, carpenter, plumber, electrician, stuff like that. But I'm telling you right now, if you do it through the union, and learn the right way to do it and become a journeyman electrician, for instance, you're going to knock down over 100K every year easy. And if you want to work a whole lot, you can knock down a lot more than that. And plus, like my buddy, he's been a journeyman electrician for, I don't know, 30 some years, and he still goes to school every year. Oh, are you really, Sturgeon? Cool. You're going to go live, eh? I will watch that. Trying to remember, we were talking earlier when I first come on about when they were writing the Constitution, so there's enough people in there someone may know. They were writing the Constitution, and they, like when a government has a meeting, they have someone that keeps minutes of the meeting, right? They make notes of everything that happened and they write them down. Well, they done that when they had the Constitution, when they would get together at the conventions, sit down, and they would be working on the Constitution. Well, they had someone who kept minutes basically and wrote out what all was discussed and what went on that meeting or whatever. And they're documented. It's like a book you can buy. You want to go out, buddy? Okay, hold on. There you go. I know where I can find out what it is. I'll go to Hillsdale College. That's what I'll do. Let me just tell you, this chat went too fast for me. Hillsdale College, that's the one I was trying to remember the name of, that when you're a freshman, you have to take a class on the Constitution. Good morning, Telly. They don't take any government money of any kind. Big bluegill in 30 foot of water. I'm ready. If I live close, Mark, we'd be going catching big bluegill today. But that ain't gonna happen.
You can go on this the spot I fished at, and you can catch like 100 of them in a day, no problem.
Yeah. I like he's talking about big slab bluegill.
Okay.
Dinner plate size bluegill. That's what they call them. And pound for pound, in my opinion, bluegill's the hardest fighting fish. You use an ultralight rod and catch a 1 pound bluegill. It's like catching a 30-pound channel or a 30-pound blue. Yeah, he's talking 1 pound bluegill. I think that's why we always fish for them, because A, they're delicious, and B, they're a fun fight. Because usually we would anchor out and have to cast in or whatever. It's usually a long cast to where they were. Otherwise, you'd spook them out of there. So when you did catch a big one like that, Hillsdale Constitutional Minute. Hillsdale is awesome. I get their little flyer every month. I contributed to them. I took their Constitution class. You can go on their website and take their freshman constitutional class for free. And it actually, the recording of the lecture that the professor gives and everything. Benoit, ladies, good to see you. Good to see you.
You got a room full of people in here tonight, Buggy.
Yep, we're almost up to what we normally are. It used to be I averaged about 21 or 22, but since I cut back, it hasn't been that good. What you barking at out there, huh? You better quit. I don't want to hear it.
Good morning, Benoit Fishing Outdoors.
The little guy discovered the chickens next door. He can see them from the porch. He can see them in their pen. And he sends out there and barks at them in the morning time when it's daylight.
Well, yeah, they're awfully good fried.
I was talking to my neighbor that built it, right? And he's got like the hen house and then the fenced in there, and he's got a door that in the evening time all the chickens go in when he feeds them, and the door automatically closes and it automatically opens up in the morning. He's got a timer on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, he built this chicken coop really well. I don't think anything could get in there, as far as the fencing part of it,
Yeah.
because he lined the bottom fence around has 2x12s buried 6 inches deep. Okay, so 6 inches of the 2x12s above, 6 below, all the way around the perimeter, and then the fence is on, and then the chicken wire on that. He done a good job. It's awesome.
Yeah, I got some really fancy ones now that you can actually buy and they
Yeah,
deliver stuff. But yeah,
yeah,
back in the day, we'd have to go out, bring them in, put them in there.
yeah.
But
Come in.
automatic is cool, man.
Chickens are awesome, man. Now, when I was an ornery young teenager in my early teens, 13, 14, or whatever, a friend of mine lived in the back of my neighborhood on a dead end road, and they had chickens, and we had BB guns. And the kid that lived there said, "You want to see something crazy?" And I'm like, "What's that?" He said, "Chickens are mean as all get out. Watch." And he shot one of the chickens in the butt, and it started bleeding, and the other ones just attacked it. I was like, "Oh man, dude, I don't want to see that again."
The roosters, especially, man, they'll come after you.
Hey, come on, let's go. That's enough. What are you barking at out there? What did you see? A deer? Huh? Come on. That deer don't care that you're here. He's got
Yeah.
other things on his mind right now.
Beers and choppers.
I think there was a
Oh,
bunny
sorry,
back
Bob.
last night late. When I let him out, he sure took off crazy. The chicken coop was lined with bears and choppers filled the sky. We got us a convoy rocking through the night. See, John, that's why I missed you. We got these old song lyrics down pat. Oh, you want a treat for going out there and barking? Is that what it is? You go out and bark and get a treat for barking like that? Okay. I'm not real sure that that's warranted, but because I'm in a good mood this morning, I will hook you up. You'll get half, and I get Tilly half, even though she didn't go out. There. Yeah, I can't buy these no more, man.
You know what? Chrissy Brown, so are pigs. Pigs are cannibals too.
What's that?
She said chickens are cannibals. I said, yeah, so are pigs.
Yeah, well, I never knew it about chickens. Chickens are evil. I'm telling you, man. You get to bleeding in front. If you're one of the chickens and get to bleeding, the other ones are going to kill you and eat you, or not eat you. They'll just kill you. And hogs are awesome. You can dispose of the human body with some hogs. They'll eat it.
Yeah, they eat. They eat. They eat each other too. It's crazy.
Hey, I watch the interrogation videos sometimes, right? Police interrogations.
Oh yeah.
And there was this crazy lady that lived on a farm, and she would hire people to help her. And she hired some guy from, I forget where, he'd come out there in a camper or whatever. And after a while, his family can't get a hold of him. And she keeps saying, "Well, he took off somewhere. I don't know where he's at, blah, blah, blah." But his camper was still there. So they ended up calling the police. And the police come out and talk to her. And they're walking around this farm and pig pens and everything. And there's part of an arm laying in the pig pen that she didn't see. She literally had killed the dude and fed him to the pigs. And her interrogation was pretty awesome because she was nuttier than a fruitcake.
That sounds like Carol Bass from what, Tiger King?
Yeah.
Or her husband she disappeared and
Yeah.
everyone she fed him to the tigers.
Yeah. Tiger King, that's another prime example of how crazy this world's went.
Yep. That was during COVID, so people were just bored in their house and looking for stuff to watch.
Yeah. Someone posed a question the other day. For $100,000, would you go back to like it was the 80s and give up your phone and your internet and everything?
I do it for free.
I would too.
To go back to take a time machine and hell, even go back to the '90s. That's when I was a teenager. Was the '90s. I was just a little
Yeah,
kid in the '80s.
the '80s were awesome. But
I
yeah,
know.
I would in a heartbeat. I mean, I could go live out on a lighthouse island in the middle of nowhere and be perfectly content.
I bet John had some rock and roll here in the '80s.
Oh yeah, man. The '80s were awesome. I'm telling you, bar none, the best decade ever. Because you come through the '70s, the early part of '70s with Vietnam and all the controversy and everything like that, and then things started to mellow out after about '76, after the bicentennial. And by the time it got into the '80s, everything was cool. I graduated in '83. Should have graduated in '82, but I took a vacation during spring break and didn't come back until the next fall. Had to finish up the senior year again. I actually done a
Oh,
speech at my graduation.
well, that's cool. I ever
Yeah, my
tell you that
brother.
theory about how time stopped in 1999? Because you notice you can always tell by watching something on TV if it's the '50s because of the style and everything. When
Yeah,
it's the '60s, the '70s, the '80s, the '90s, and after the '90s, you can't tell. Like the Office, you were just talking about The Office,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You don't know what decade that was built or made
yeah,
because it
yeah,
nothing like since 2000 it's yeah it hasn't it doesn't stick out. The
yep,
2000 2010s it doesn't stick out like I said, it's weird.
yep. I agree with you. 9/11 was the start of the downfall and the change of this country.
Oh yeah, by far. Not only did we do it, but
Yeah,
it
I
paved the way for them to spy on everyone and to go to
yeah,
war. You know,
exactly. I can remember George Bush uttering Homeland Security the first time. And the first time I heard that phrase, I about dropped my beer. The
yeah, and
simple fact was, when I was in Germany, I was in West Germany, which was free. Okay. East Germany was communism. And that's
mhm.
what they called East Germany, the homeland. And I heard that phrase and was like, you got to be kidding me. No way. And then it just seemed like no one tied it together. Yeah. Hey, John, I got a whole scenario about the downfall of this country, and it's MTV's fault. And I can tell it to you. Okay. MTV played rock and roll videos up until
Yeah,
a point. And they started some reality TV with like the where they'd put the five people in a house and stuff,
the
right?
real world. Yeah, the real world.
Yep. Okay. So that was kind of the start to reality television. Well, it went from that to 16 and pregnant. So now all of a sudden we're glorifying a young girl getting knocked up. And it went downhill from then. You add that in with reality TV like Springer and Maury and all them, and the decline started then. But it's MTV's fault for stopping playing music videos and starting with the reality TV crap. If they would have just kept with the format of playing rock and roll videos, it would be a different country today.
I don't know if I can stomach the videos now. Like the music, especially country music nowadays, is so bad.
I They
Oh,
make music in,
it's
I don't know
awful.
what, 20 years or more.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. They quit
it's
making
so
country
bad.
music. Max Headroom, hey, Max Headroom. The first time I ever seen him, when I was in Germany, okay, we had one TV channel and it was the Armed Forces Network or whatever. And at about midnight, it would switch to where it was just CNN News. Well, we went out and done some hallucinogenic type stuff. And when we come back to the room that night and turned on the TV, the first thing I see is Max Headroom. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, something is not right. And I thought it was just me and the chemicals I had ingested. And come to find out it was actually a real thing. But that night before I went to sleep, I didn't know this. And I was freaking out like, What happened to the news people? The world's become a cartoon. But that was the very first time I ever seen Max Headroom. I was tripping.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it was wild. Believe me. Yeah, Germany was fun. If
They
had I,
have some
had,
beautiful girls over. Oh,
oh man, dude, I'm telling you, had I known I was never gonna get to go back, I would have done it a lot different.
I would have gotten married out. I would have brought one of them back.
It was close. Me and my buddies had an apartment, and yeah, you're getting all the stories this morning, ain't you, John? I mean, I'm telling you, man, this doctor I'm working with is doing wonders for my depression.
We gotta start. We
Yeah.
gotta do a YouTube show, Buggy, of 1 hour a week of conspiracy theories, and we'll pick a topic
Okay,
and
we can
we'll
do
go
that.
live to it, man. That'd be fun.
I like that. If we'll get together and you tell me the topic, and I'll look up
Well, you
information and
can
get
tell
all
me
the
too.
information and stuff
Yeah,
during the week. Yeah, we can do something like that. I like that.
you can pick the topics too, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I mean. We'll get together and collaborate on them.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm not going to at least the National Enduro this weekend to watch for a little bit. I may drive over there Sunday. I don't know. It's only 15 miles from me at the most. It's where the covered bridge is when I come home from the VA, and sometimes I take that route and I go through that covered bridge. That's where it's at. It starts. It's this weekend. I think they may have switched to Saturday. I can't remember. No, I think they're still Sunday. The motocross switched to Saturday.
Who normally wins that, or is it U.S. that normally wins that, or is it like Brazil,
Oh,
or
the motocross designations that's going on over in Crawfordville, that's different. That's the Olympics of motocross. It's like 3
yeah,
riders. Heck no, Europe's well, we dominated that from 89 to 89. It was like 13 years in a row we won it. And then it may have been around the 9/11 time or something. We didn't go the year of 9/11 because of all the stuff that was happening. Because it's usually in Europe. They're starting to have it over here every 3 or 4 years now. But historically, Europe wins it up until the 80s. And then we won for about 13 years straight. And then Europe started winning again. We won it. I can't remember last time. See, and then they have another one that's called the International 6-Day Enduro. And it's the Olympics of woods racing. And each team has 3 riders, and they ride, I don't know, 150 to 160 miles a day for 6 days straight. With time sections that you get time through, like you check in and you go as fast as you can to get to the other end. You know, it may be 10 miles through the mountains or something, you don't know. And at the end of that, Europe is we never won that but one time, and I have a sticker from it somewhere, and it was, I don't know, about 8 years ago. I think we won it. With the race that's going on over here by me, they've been doing it since the 50s. It's called the Mud Daubers Enduro. And my uncle actually won it in '69. They have a
what?
big wooden plaque, and it's got, the little things, little plaques on it with the names of each year's winner.
69, that's one of them years where a lot of stuff happened. 69,
Yeah,
77,
yeah.
88, 9.
It the Up and Enduro, it's basically a 1 day event where you ride anywhere from 60 to 100 miles through the woods in a day. And it's based on it used to be based on a timed event where you would check in and say they had a 15-mile woods section. Okay, well, that 15 miles was timed out at an average of 21 miles an hour. So if you left here, when you arrived at the end 10 miles later at an average of 21 miles an hour, they knew what minute you should arrive there.
Right.
And for every minute you were early, you were docked 5 points. For every minute you were late, it was 1 point. And the object is to get there dead on your minute. You know, you had like what was called a roll chart with the mileage on it and a clock and an odometer, and you just kept time as you went and kept yourself on the time. Oh, do you do that between checkpoints? Because once you get to the end and they check you out that time, you get what's called a reset, and you got 10 minutes to get to the next check-in. So I would stop and have a cigarette and usually sit around and talk to my people for a little bit. But yeah, as a matter of fact, I would wear a fanny pack. It would have my smokes and stuff in it. That's funny. I can remember my dad and them, they raced in the woods and stuff back in the day. And Forrest Stall, he'd have, back then they had open face helmets, right? He'd be sitting on the starting line with a cigarette hanging out of the side of his mouth, waiting on his minute to come up.
He's probably riding with the cigarette in his mouth too.
Oh, he was, yeah. When his minute flipped up, he just took off.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, fanny packs are masculine. You just got to know how to wear one there, John. Or you got to be real secure in your masculinity, one of the two. Oh, no, man. I've had a great life. Never had a lot of money or nothing, but I've had a lot of life. Lived a lot of life, had a lot of fun. And then I went through my surfing stage for about 4 years where all I done was went surfing. Everywhere. Except Hawaii. I didn't get to go to Hawaii or Australia or nothing, but East Coast, West Coast, 3 different Great Lakes.
You ever surf Mavericks up here in Northern California?
No. That's for people who know what they're doing. Yeah, no, that's one of them places that they won't even let you go out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. They got people patrolling, and when it starts hitting, you don't go out there unless you're a big wave rider because you'll die. Mark Fu, guy from Hawaii, died at Mavericks one year. Got held down, and they think his leash got caught between the board and a rock or something. They think his leash got caught, and he got held down and drowned. What up, dog?
It's
the belly pack. Yep. But yeah, no, stuff like, I'll tell you, there's one that's wilder than Mavericks in Nazarene. It's in France, I think. Look it up. This thing is literally 2 to 3 times the size of Mavericks. Seriously, it's mind-boggling. And it's been there forever, and they just discovered it. You know, people just started riding it about 10 years ago. It's one, you got to have a jet ski to ride. I mean, there's no paddle in. That's the big thing about Mavericks is, you know, by tradition, it's a paddle in wave, kind of like Jaws. They still tow in when it gets big, but
yeah,
you know, true surfers, you know, who believe in tradition and stuff, they ride them paddle in until it gets so big you can't paddle no more. His skinny ass would fall around. What you been doing? Checking dog's butt out? I got you. Yeah, surfing's probably one of the most awesome things I ever did. I rappelled out of helicopters at Fort Campbell, and it was cool, but I haven't found anything yet that was as exhilarating as going surfing was. Yeah, lack thereof. That boy ain't got no butt. He got thighs up to his hips.
That's what happens to most men. If you don't keep doing squats, you'll have a head kill, but
that's me. Yeah, sun will be coming up. What time it should be coming up here any minute. I have to go out there and snag a couple pictures of it, maybe. It won't be another week and a half. It'll be all the way over there to where I won't even be able to see it come up no more. It's kind of interesting. You look out my back door. It starts out in the spring on the right where the trees are. And at a certain point, it gets where you can start watching it come up. Then it goes all the way through summer across that horizon to the other side where it gets behind the tree and you can't watch it come up. And then about a month later, it starts back again. It's really kind of neat to watch. Ain't going there. Oh, you guys are too much. Where you at, Eric? You ain't working today? Why don't you come up on my show?
Or Fat Boy? Fat Boy got the day off?
I don't know. He said he jumped in chat a little bit ago, but he ain't come up, so I don't know. Him or Curtis. Curtis don't like me. I figured it out. That's all right though.
Just send him a bag of M&Ms and he'll get over it.
No. Like that?
Exactly
Yep.
like that. Yeah.
Yep. That's what I bought it for. I figured I'd see him and I'd give him to him, but I ain't seen him, so I think I'm just going to feed him to the dogs. Oh, yeah, DHA. Yeah, it will. It's already getting dark early.
Time of year, I hate it. It's so
Yeah.
depressing.
Yeah, it is. That's why I got to get these 2 reports done today and tomorrow, probably. And then that way I can start working on the SUV and get the wheel bearings changed. Because my tools are all in different spots in the garage, I'll never be able to find what I need. I already know that.
The only thing I enjoy about winter is Christmas. Other than that, it's just.
Yep. Christmas and Thanksgiving. I like Thanksgiving. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
And Christmas with us has never been the same since my brother passed away. It's kind of weird. We just
No, I
don't
get
really
it.
celebrate it much. Yeah. Well, he had a really cool house out in the country. And, it had a creek in the back and then a bridge across the creek went up a hill to where the barn and the pasture and stuff was. And when it snowed, it literally looked like a postcard back there. And since he packed, because that's where we always went on the holidays. And it just ain't been the same since then. Which is kind of sad. This one's going to be tough on Mom because Dad died in December, and this will be the first year without him. So it's probably going to be a tough December for me, I imagine. Because I know Mom will be. Because every now and then I'll come home and she'll be sitting there crying. What's wrong, Mom? Well, I just miss you, Dad. It's like, yeah, I know, man. I wish I could help.
Yeah. Trying get involved in a lot
She's
of
blind.
a lot of Christmas
She,
stuff.
yeah, she's blind. She can't see. So she
Mm.
can't do a lot. But they were married for 63 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's longer than I've been alive. I collect hair for a great comb over. I'm a firm believer. If you ever catch me at the point where I'm combing my hair over, please tell me how stupid I am and to shave my head off. If you're my friend, you will be honest enough to tell me, dude, you look so stupid. Shave your damn head. Because I'd do it for you.
Hopefully, I
You-
won't have those problems. I'm almost 50, and I still have way more than a full head of thick ass hair.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Everybody in my family dies with a full head of hair. I wore a hat since I was a kid, and that's all I ever heard. Those will make you go bald. I'm like, okay.
I think that's kind of
60,
true. That you have some good genetics because look at all the baseball players and people that
I'm,
wear hat.
I'm,
They're all bald,
I'm,
dude.
I'm 61. And I still got a full head of hair, and I literally wear a hat every day. But like you said, it's genetics. I've nobody on either side of my family I can remember being old and bald. Thank God for them genetics right there, baby. And I couldn't grow a beard until I was probably almost 30, but that's a different story.
I still can't.
Oh, really? No kidding. Yeah, see, Dad beat cancer. He beat colon cancer before he got the bone cancer 5 years later.
I don't notice it. Most of the time, it always comes back,
Yep.
and you gotta just stay on the visits. And my
Well,
mom, it came to a point where she had it for like the 20th time, and she's like, "Well, I'm not even gonna fight it this time." And she's only, I lost her. She was only 49. She's a year older than what I am now.
that,
It's just like I'm done fighting.
yep,
Whatever.
that's what Dad said after he had the colon cancer and done the chemo. This other one come back. He's like, "No, I'm not. I'm not even thinking about it." And he said, "I'm 80. What was he then? 86." Said 85 or 86. He said, "There's no need to." He's 84, maybe. He said, "There's no need to."
Well, chemo is just one of those things where you just can only do it one time, and it's just like it's so bad, and it takes a toll
Well,
on you.
that
Like, want to
yeah,
do it again.
that's what Dad said. Said he'd never do it again after the first time. Give that dome some room, baby. But yeah, I had and I'm a firm believer. For instance, say they tell me, "Hey, you got a tumor," like uh, Double Hook's talking about right there, like you got a tumor on your thigh. I'm like, "Well, you cut my leg off above it.
Yep.
Problem solved. I'll still be alive." You know what I mean?
And I find it hard to believe that the cancer treatments they have not changed ever. They
Ain't no
still treat
money in
it with radiation.
ain't
They still
no,
treat it with chemo. That's it.
ain't no money in curing it.
I know, but people don't even ask questions, and that's what drives me nuts. We could send people to Mars, but we can't cure cancer. Give me a break, and they expect us to believe that.
Yeah, like I said, ain't no money in curing it. Believe me. Good morning, sunshine. Look at you driving in the fog and the sun coming up.
The fat boy?
Yeah, there might be something wrong with his mic because I can't hear him.
He got a sausage biscuit in his mouth, so he can't talk right now.
I don't have my earphones are
Oh, okay. Yep, I'm with you.
beat last night in football.
Double Hook, you're 100% right. There's no money in curing anything. And that's the problem. Because I guarantee there's a cure sitting on the shelf somewhere.
I got it.
That's just my opinion.
I think I got it at my shelf, but
Blue like your balls. I just got your text, Eric.
It's your picks.
What we got here? Looking something up real quick.
You're right.
hey, Eric, I think the Steelers are going to win their division this year.
That's to the point. I don't care.
Wait, who's the Steelers fan in your family?
Hey, after they announced Tuesday the halftime Super Bowl, I don't want my team to Super Bowl too good.
Yeah, guess where that Super Bowl is this year? It's in my backyard.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Bad Bunny.
I've always wanted to go to the Super Bowl. Now that it's in my backyard, I should go, but I'm not going because I can't go. I can't go to that.
Who's playing at it?
We don't know yet.
The halftime, I mean.
Bad Bunny.
Some Satanist named Bad Bunny.
Never heard of him before.
Well, join the club.
He's a Spanish singer. He don't even speak English.
Really?
And he can't fish worth a lick.
Unbelievable. This country's so out there.
I can't believe they didn't have somebody like Morgan Wallen or Nickelback or Metallica or something like that.
Well, what they're pushing for is Creed. They want Creed to do it. Could be badass. But
They're pushing for the woke characters to do it. That's what he is.
well, the worst blow Bad Bunny said, Buggy, and I don't know how you didn't hear about this. He said that dirt bike riders are sissies.
Yeah, he probably did. That's all right. I don't know who he is, so I don't care.
It's not a he. He dresses like he wears dresses and dresses like a woman.
Yes, he does.
One of them.
That's why everybody's like, don't watch the Super Bowl. He's liable to come out dressed in a dress.
Oh, 100% he's going to.
Yeah.
Evident, dude. 100. And you notice this year, for the first time since I remember, they're not showing their cheerleaders on the sidelines. Remember they used to do that all game? They're not showing them anymore. Why do you think that is? Because they have the male cheerleaders this year. So they don't want to show that on TV.
Mr. Rogers said it a long time ago. If you're a boy, you're a boy. If you're a girl, you're a girl.
Well, that's just common sense, and we all know that's out the window.
Believe there's more than two genders. Something wrong with their brain. They need to go to the mental hospital.
Yeah, we need to open them suckers back up. They'll be filled with the brim too.
Yeah. They need to lock that Jody up, I'm telling you. They need to lock her up or take her license. She got another speeding ticket the other day, I guess.
The other one? Oh my goodness. Yeah, what the? I hope she drives her car better than she drives her boat.
They need to take her driver's license from her. Teach her a lesson. If any of you Tennessee judges or whatever in that area, they need to lay the hammer down on Jody. Lay the hammer.
Walk away. Throw away the key.
She's going to end up hurt herself for somebody, you know. Buggy, what do you say about speeding? He must not be around.
Good thing he's talking to his mom.
He must be getting a tangerine.
I've come outside to take a picture of the sun. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, it's because I'm outside. I'll be right back.
You and your brother have been catching a lot of fish. I've just been missing your live streams, dude.
It was out last weekend. Went out again this weekend. We had to fix the car. We had to clean the carburetor. Neither one of us knew how to do it. Funny part is, it says, don't spray carburetor dry, and he turns around and does it.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Instant karma.
Sure you only got $600 out of it? I knew you got that now. No? I mean, yeah.
Oh, but the Super Bowl, back to that, they're putting a lot of pressure. The NFL might change their mind, so there's hope. Either going to be Nickelback or not Nickelback, but Creed or Metallica. They're saying. Who's your NFL team again, Eric?
I'm a cheesehead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all got a good team this year.
Yeah, but I don't want to go to the Super Bowl.
No matter what you try,
I'm with that halftime show. I'm good.
If I was forced to go, and I might, I could still go, but during the halftime show, I'll just get up and go hang out in the bar they got up there, and just wait till it's over.
Shut up, Mark. You like to freaking Bears.
Come on, let's go. Good boy.
Something wrong with you not to like the Bears.
The Bears.
Mark is older. He remembers back in the day when the Bears were good.
Yeah, mid '80s. Yeah.
Green Bay Fudge Packers. My brother was a Packer fan.
I like the way it sounds. There's no owner here in the city owns them.
Yeah, one thing about that halftime show, they're trying their hardest to drive the poor fans away. I know that.
Well, I was telling Eric,
go broke, baby.
I was telling Eric they're having second thoughts. So it's either, if they do cancel Bad Bunny, it's either going to be Metallica or Creed or both. They're just going to split it.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that'd be badass.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Well, it's kind of like NASCAR. I don't know what they're doing. They've drove half their fans away.
Well, they another one,
Go woke, go broke. Well, the thing I hate about NASCAR is all the darn road courses. NASCARs aren't made to run on road courses. Indy cars and Formula One cars are.
Well, we got Sears Point. That's the NASCAR track here, and that is definitely a road course.
Yeah, Sebring. Isn't that it, Sebring? Or no? What's the name of the one out there? He had to mention tangerines. Uh-oh. I'm back now. Yeah. This headphone thing sucks. I'm ordering Mom a new set of headphones today. I can see that. I had to get some tangerines now. There it said that. Got a new bag yesterday. Why is there a roof bigger? I got to finish this up first. I figured maybe before the time they'll be wrong. Look out, buddy. Uh-oh, something happened. What happened? What happened, I wonder? What happened, Eric? Can you hear me?
From the gate, you leave.
I don't know. Something happened to my internet. It's been jacked up the last few days, man. I'm going to have to call a company.
They're spying on you, Buggy.
Evidently. Hey, John, that's a good idea right there, man. Frozen. I'm going to do you peel them before you put them in there? That's a great idea.
So, Buggy, what do you think about speed?
Oh, yeah, that's the stupidest thing you could ever do. I'm in no hurry to get anywhere.
That's right. You're never in a hurry to get anywhere. You'll get there when you're there. There's no reason to speed.
Nope. I got nowhere to be in the rest of my life to get there. That's my philosophy.
Yeah, there you go. That's the saying.
Yep. Nowhere to be in the rest of my life to get there.
Maybe can you do me a favor? Can you message that to Jody?
She don't talk to me no more. When I was a kid and I was getting my license, my dad said, boy, which it's always said, boy, I'm going to tell you right now, throughout your life, you're going to give enough money to the government. Last thing you want to do is give them more just because you think you're going to go speed. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, I suppose. I ain't going to go speed then. I love tangerines.
Found out Jody got their speeding ticket.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that. Uh-oh, the dog and the cat are playing. It's that time of morning. I can't hear them though because I got the headphones on. I can just see them. Yeah, this batch of tangerines here don't peel real well. I won't buy them no more. I mean, if you're going to do that, if they're going to be like that, you might as well just buy oranges. Putting the seedless tangerines in the freezer. Yep, I'm going to have to try that. That's why I said, John, do you peel them first? Or I suppose you probably would, wouldn't you? I wonder if they can hear us. Hey, if you're in the chat and you can hear me, say something, please. Yeah, right, dog. They have stages. Yeah, you're right. Like I said, they're trying their hardest. Everyone tries to drive the core fans away. The ones who have supported them and paid their wages all these years. When everyone thought, yeah, no, I didn't see your answer. I started putting little seedless tangerines in the freezer as well. That's all I see. Oh, okay. What's the best country to get them from? Lord forbid you could get them from America. John, all I got is I hear you and still froze. Brazil, okay. That's weird. I wonder why it didn't come through. But you don't have to. I'm sure you got to peel them first. That reminds me. I got to see something. It still ain't there. See them lying. Oh, man. Telling you. This bank owes me about $1,500 for 2 appraisals that I'd done. And I still ain't seen it. It's been 32 days.
Somebody should be in trouble.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do, they keep messing around. It's a local bank, okay? It's not a big national bank. I'll just look up the president of the bank's email online and send him an email. Say, hey, man, I've done an appraisal for you guys. A rush appraisal because they asked me to. I didn't ask them. And it's been 30 some days and I still ain't seen my money. Is there any way you can help me with this? And then stuff starts happening. That's the best part about the internet. You can find anybody's email, especially with LinkedIn. And I think if I don't hear from them today or see something today, then that's what I'm going to do. Okay, Dave, I'm getting ready to end this at 8 o'clock, brother. So send everybody your way. See, I was outside and I come in, my nose was running. Welcome fall time.
Doing a lot of harvesting here.
Yeah, here too, dude. Like major.
Drive down the highway and you'd be driving by one of the farms and it looked like a dust storm.
Yeah, exactly. Same here. And I'm surrounded by them, and they've been picking them. And you can actually see the dust on my car. Fried bologna, heck yeah. Yep. Put that on an egg sandwich, man, and you got something. You can get real
Christy,
full cheese on it, and some cheese and some Miracle Whip. Yeah, there's something happened, Christy, because I heard a ding or whatever. When I come back in from the kitchen, Eric and them was gone, and only my picture thing was up there. No, John, something happened to my computer or my internet. It went off. Yeah, no, John, that's weird, isn't it? But like I said, it's like I'm getting every other one of your messages or whatever. Which that could be God telling me, dude, it's close to 8 o'clock. You better end this at 8. You got stuff to do. Don't be playing. And I will be listening to him. For one, I don't like wearing these headphones. I know that. And I will be getting Mom a set of headphones for the TV this weekend. Maybe. If I got the money, that is. Oh, man. Oh, shit. I forgot. I got to buy them wheel bearings. That's going to be big money. Damn it. Man, this sucks.
No. Are they pressed wheel bearings? That's another
They're
thing.
the kind that come inside the hub.
Yeah, but are they pressed inside? Are they mechanically pressed inside the hub? Some of them are mechanically pressed in there.
Well, when you buy it, it's just like the whole hub thing. You don't even mess with the bearings. It's like 3 bolts hold it in, and it just comes out, and you put the whole one back in. Ah. Oh, well. My internet is really jacking up right now, man.
Government's spying on you, Buggy.
They probably are. I'm sure I'm on somebody's list somewhere. I don't care. I don't care. Because as far as I'm concerned, this is still a free country and you can say what you want as long as you're not threatening to kill anybody. So to hell with them. Oh crap, I was supposed to go to the VA today. Oops. Shit. Okay. It's 8 o'clock, everybody. Time to shut this bad boy down. I'm sorry. I got stuff to do today. And my internet's jacking up, so there ain't no sense in keeping it up anyway, is there? Thank y'all for coming in, hanging out with me, and listening to my stupid talk about dumb stuff that I actually know nothing about and should keep my mouth shut.
What fun would that be?
Exactly. But we did have a good talk this morning early about Jesus Christ, and it was actually a really good show, in my opinion, this morning. So I will see you on. Like I said, thank you guys for hanging out with me, man. I
Yeah.
do appreciate it.
We'll see y'all around. God bless and God loves you.
Yeah, I agree. All right,
Even-
guys, I'll see you.
Even John.